LeBron James, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, but also one of the most hated. How does someone with 4 championships, countless records, and nearly 2 decades of dominance end up as such a polarizing figure? It comes down to insane hype from the start, controversial choices throughout his career, a reputation for choking when it mattered most, and his never-ending pursuit of being the greatest of all time.
Everybody universally recognizes him as one of the top 3 players in the history of basketball. What the hell else do you want?
At just 17 years old, before he even stepped on an NBA court, LeBron was on the cover of Sports Illustrated with the headline, "The Chosen One." That's not just pressure, that's destiny being handed to you before you even graduate high school.
It started with calling himself the chosen one. When someone self-proclaims to be the best before scoring a point in the league, a target is on his back.
Then came the nickname King James. To some fans, it felt like he crowned himself before earning anything. Arrogant, self-branding, all about attention. Of course, on the court, he lived up to the hype.
With the first pick in the 2003 NBA Draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select LeBron James.
Straight out of high school, he dominated grown men in the NBA. But the nonstop spotlight meant that even when he succeeded, resentment built. Nobody likes being told who the next legend is before they've actually proven it. LeBron hasn't been shy. He's openly said his goal is to be the greatest of all time. Not everyone likes that.
That one right there made me the greatest player of all time.
Michael Jordan, Kareem, Bill Russell. None of them ever called themselves the GOAT. They let their careers speak. LeBron saying it out loud made critics jump all over him. Because once you declare it, every game, every ring, every loss is measured against MJ. And that's what fuels so much of the hate. Jordan loyalists see LeBron as the challenger to the throne, and they'll point to anything. His finals record, his playoff collapses, even his body language, to prove he doesn't measure up.
Jordan led. Jordan also infused a certain culture. Jordan was undefeated in NBA Finals appearances. He was MVP each NBA Finals. He was a 10-time scoring champion.
For all the talk about LeBron being clutch, his early years in Cleveland tell a different story. In 2007, he dragged the Cavs to the finals and then got swept by the Spurs. He shot just 35% from the field and 20% from 3 in that series. Brutal numbers for a superstar. Fast forward to 2010 against the Celtics. This was supposed to be his year. Instead, in Game 5, he put up one of the worst performances of his career. 15 points on 3 of 14 shooting. His energy was flat. His body language screamed defeat. Cleveland fans never forgave him. That was basically his last act before bailing to Miami.
What a game for Garnett. 22 points and 10 rebounds. James lost it again. Unbelievable. His 9th turnover of the night.
And then came the 2011 finals against Dallas. LeBron disappeared in the fourth quarters, averaging just 3 points in the fourth across the series. The Heat were the favorites, but Dirk and the Mavs exposed him.
Good ball denial from Terry. James falling away. Difficult shot. That misses. Nowitzki with 3 on the shot clock. James fires up a 3.
People called it the biggest choke of his career. And honestly, they weren't wrong. These collapses stuck. They gave ammo to critics who already didn't buy into the chosen one hype. When it mattered most, LeBron looked more like a pretender than a king.
Wade puts it up for the win! Off the mark, and Dallas has tied the finals with one of the most incredible comebacks in NBA Finals history.
Then there was the decision. In 2010, LeBron went on live TV to announce he was taking his talents to South Beach.
The answer to the question everybody wants to know. LeBron, what's your decision?
In this fall, man, this is very tough. In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
Fans hated it. Cleveland burned his jerseys, called him a traitor, and the whole thing felt like a PR stunt gone wrong. To make matters worse, at the Miami Heat's welcome party, LeBron stood with Wade and Bosh and promised, not one, not two, not three. You know the clip. It came across as cocky, and when the championships didn't roll in right away, it turned public opinion even further against him. That Miami move started the super team era. Sure, there were duos before, but LeBron, teaming with Wade and Bosh, flipped the league. Critics say he ruined competitive balance, choosing shortcuts over loyalty. He did it again when he returned to Cleveland with Kyrie and Love, and later with Anthony Davis in LA. That constant team hopping made him look disloyal compared to guys like Kobe, Duncan, or Dirk, who stuck with one team their whole careers. His move to Los Angeles wasn't just about basketball either. A lot of people saw it as a Hollywood play, more about building his media empire than winning games. LeBron's tried to model himself after legends like Muhammad Ali, blending sports, activism, and media. Some respect it, others think it feels forced, like he's trying too hard to control how we see him. And that's another problem: authenticity. LeBron often comes off as overly polished, even fake. Remember the playoffs when he was always reading a book, but cameras caught him on the first couple pages every time? Fans clown him for that.
I don't know how far you are into the book, but what's your biggest takeaway so far?
I kind of just started a couple days ago, but I've read and a lot of notes over the years. This is my first time actually reading this from start to finish. But just a very smart man. Very, very, very smart man.
There's this sense that he's more focused on shaping his persona than just being himself. Calculated, overly serious, always chasing the right headline instead of showing real emotion. It's hard for fans to connect with that. Then there's his on-court behavior. Flopping, complaining to refs, constant drama. When you combine that with ESPN and every sports outlet covering his every move, fans feel like he's shoved down their throats. Even if you didn't want to follow LeBron, you couldn't escape him. So yeah, LeBron has the rings, the records, the stats. Nobody's denying he's great, but greatness without authenticity doesn't win everyone over. He's chased Jordan his whole career. But instead of letting his game speak, he spent 2 decades carefully manufacturing his image, bouncing from team to team, leaning on superstars, flopping for calls, and playing the media. And when the pressure was highest, too often he folded. LeBron James isn't hated just because he's successful. He's hated because he's manufactured, because he wants to be crowned the GOAT. But the truth is, he stumbled too many times to ever escape Michael Jordan's shadow. He'll retire with all the stats in the world, but for millions of fans, he'll always be the guy who wanted the throne more than he earned it.